Welcome to Classical 95.9 WCRI's Conducting Conversations with your host, Mike Mano. 1 hour of music and conversation with notable people in the arts, bringing you the stories of how music has impacted their lives. The show will give a behind-the-scenes look at the guest's background, interests, or special project.
Conducting Conversations is brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments. From sheet music and brand name instruments to rentals, repairs, lessons, and more. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.
And now here's your host, Mike Mano.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conducting Conversations. It's my pleasure this evening to welcome a brand new person into our studios here in Exeter, Rhode Island. As far as Conducting Conversations is concerned, I mean, he's not real brand new. He's got a few years on him. But Jeff Pierce is here as the assistant pastor of the Cornerstone Church in Warwick. Welcome to the program, Jeff.
Thank you, Mike. Glad to be with you.
Nice to have you with us, and we're going to find out everything we want to know, not only about Jeff, but about the Cornerstone Church on Coesit Road in Warwick, right?
That's correct.
Yep. A lot of people say Coesit Avenue.
Well, it's confusing because at Route 2 there, one side is Coesit Ave and the other side is Coesit Road at that intersection there. And I think the Warwick side is Coesit Road. The West Warwick side is Coesit Ave, I believe. So yeah, it's a little confusing.
Now, I grew up in Warwick. I lived there for almost 30 years, and been in Rhode Island my whole life, and I didn't know that.
Did not know that. Wow.
Already, we've learned something of interest to Rhode Island
Happy
people.
To be of service to you, sir.
Okay. Cornerstone Church is a church that I had the pleasure of visiting last week, and one of the reasons for the visit was because the Narragansett Bay Chorus is going to be doing a holiday show at the church. And we're here to talk about the church and its mission and so forth, but also about a little information about the holiday show that's going to be presented on Monday night, a little unusual, Monday night, December 9th. And we're going to go to the church, sing some regular music for the Narragansett Bay Chorus and quartets, and some holiday music mixed in. So today, for our music during this show, we'll be playing some, again, a mix of holiday and regular a cappella, and some music with instrumentation, which we don't normally do. So, Jeff, let's get back to you and the church. You're a longtime Rhode Islander your whole life, right?
Well, I grew up here, but I moved away in 1997. I was 21 years old. I moved away to attend a college in Florida, and then I spent 6 years in Florida. That's where I met my wife. So we lived there for 6 years, and then Southern California, and spent 4 years in Southern California out in the Los Angeles area, and then up to Washington State for 15 years. We were in Washington for 15 years, and then moved back here to Rhode Island 2 years ago. So we've done the full circuit. So I left here, went to the Southeast, then the Southwest, then the Northwest, and then came back to Rhode Island. So
now, how did you end up at Cornerstone Church? And that's where I met you.
Yeah, so I was pastoring a church out in Washington State, and I would come home for visits, and I got to know a pastor in the area here, Pastor Robert Clark of Cornerstone Church, and he and I developed a friendship. And so a few years back, he and I were talking over the phone, and I said we were considering moving back to the East Coast at some point in the future. My wife and I were thinking about that because she's from Pennsylvania, so it's always been on our minds to at some point get back this way. And so I just had reached out to him, was telling him about that, and he said, man, you called at just the right time because our church just moved to a new location, the location we're at now in Coesit there in Warwick, and he said, and we've been growing, and man, I need help. So would you consider coming back? So that was the beginning of a series of conversations, and then we ended up moving back here in July of 2022. So we've been here a couple years now.
Now, before that, were you involved as a pastor in a different church?
Yes. So I was pastoring out there in Washington State.
Okay.
And before that, I was in seminary in Los Angeles. That's why we were in California. I was in seminary there. And then, so that's how that happened.
All right. Well, I want to get a little bit of background on the church itself.
Sure.
We're going to talk about a lot of things today, but let's get a little music involved here. And let's go with the spirit of the season. And the music I'm playing today is from all people I've sung with or performed with over the years, and or my own groups. But this first one is a group from Dallas, Texas, called Acoustics, and they're going to sing the Christmas song. Everybody knows that, along with a feature performer, Wendy Crow. So let's listen now.
It's that time of year. Gather round, get near, and we'll sing a song of Christmas. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Beautiful singing by the Quartet Acoustics and their special guest, Wendy Crow. Now we're going to go back to Cornerstone Church and get a little more information from Jeff. I know the building that I visited is absolutely gorgeous. It's in great shape. Seems almost new to me. I know it's not new, but it's somewhat new to the church as its history, right?
Yeah, correct. So the building was built in the 1980s, but Cornerstone acquired it a few years ago, back in 2020. So prior to that, the location we're in now, Cornerstone was on Elmwood Ave in Warwick, kind of on the Warwick-Cranston line there. And then prior to that, because the church goes all the way back to the 1930s, originally it was in Providence. So it's had a few locations, and so now we are...
That's probably where I remember it, 1930, being in Providence.
Back that far. Yeah, a little before my time. Maybe not yours. No, probably before yours, too.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's moved from Providence to the Elmwood section and then now to Cohasset Road.
That's right.
And the building itself is fairly large, has a big sanctuary and a lot of other rooms and so forth? What goes on in all that space?
Yeah, grateful to have it. Obviously, the highlight is Sunday morning and the service that we have, and we have demographically all ages, and so we have quite a few children, young people. So down the hallway that we walked down when you were visiting there, I showed you all the different classrooms. We have different classes for the different age groups going on. We have a children's church that goes on during the service, and then the second hour we have what we call a gospel connection hour, which is kind of like a Sunday school hour, and so people meet in the different rooms there. And then throughout the week we have different Bible studies and prayer meetings and some social activities and things like that go on. So we're really grateful for the facility. It's been awesome.
Excellent, excellent. Now, the Narragansett Bay Chorus, which has been around for about 75 years, a lot of my listeners know that I've been involved with that pretty much my whole life, is going to be doing this concert in conjunction with the church. So we'll be sharing in the revenue to help the church and help the chorus. And it's one of the things we get to do around the country, quite a bit around southern New England, but all over the world we have been in the past. So let's get a little flavor of the music of the Narragansett Bay Chorus, and we'll listen to two songs. The first one is the Happy Together tune that we frequently open shows with, which we will be doing at Cornerstone. And the other one is a beautiful song called You'll Never Walk Alone. We'll listen to those two, take a short break, and be back with more.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me and ease my mind, imagine how the world would be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Imagine me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. dark and cold. There's a silver lining just beyond the cloud, and a rainbow of purest gold. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk
The Cornerstone Church on Coesit Road in Warwick is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, pleased to be sitting with the assistant pastor, Jeff Pierce, who is okay because he was born in Rhode Island.
That's right.
That's how we grade people here. You know, if you're not actually born here, then it's tough. It's an uphill climb. But
Yeah, well, a lot of people are born here and then never leave, and some
Like
people
me.
are born here, they leave, and they never come back. But I was born here, I left, and I came back.
Well,
so
there
that's
you
going to be
go.
good for something, right?
you got points for that. Now, Cornerstone Church in Warwick, as I mentioned on Coesit Road, is we got a little bit of background on that. Let's talk about some of the people within the building and other people that you work with and have the time to share with. Tell us about those.
Yeah, sure. So I ministered alongside my good friend Robert Clark, I mentioned earlier, and in addition to being a pastor there, he's also a chaplain with the Air National Guard, so he serves our military. And it's a privilege to work with him and just kind of come alongside one another and navigate through the challenges of ministry and support each other. So that's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that. And then I have a few other leaders that are on our leadership team. Our worship leader actually is a skilled musician, does a great job with our worship every Sunday, and he's well trained and does an excellent job.
You can mention his name.
Yeah, his
okay.
name's Brian Prata. So yeah, he's quite modest, but I'll mention Brian Prata, and you can if you go to our YouTube channel, you could hear some of our services and you could hear some of his music. Yeah, he's got a great voice.
He's the one. When I
leads.
went into the lobby area, there was a big wall poster of his picture with autographs.
Yeah, right, with his
available.
autograph on it. Yeah, that was him. No, that would not be his MO. But a great friend of mine and a talented musician, and appreciate what he does with our worship team. Incorporates lots of different people with different skill sets, and it's been awesome.
Now, you also mentioned Sundays, a very normal day for churches to be having services. What does your Sunday schedule look like?
Yeah, so we have our service at 10 a.m., and that usually goes to about 11:15, and then starting at 11:30, we have a second hour we call a Gospel Connection Hour, where it's a little more interactive, and we have different groups that break up throughout the building and meet and discuss. Sometimes it's the topic of the morning message, sometimes it's a different topic, and so people have conversations around the truth and just for encouragement, and then people usually will fellowship after that for a little while, then head off for lunch. That's the way it goes. So
There you go. All right, sounds great. And a very comfortable environment, I must say, to have all that happen. The church itself is the sanctuary is I guess could be considered a multi-use room in the fact that there's no pews, as in a lot of churches that are permanent pews anyway. There's nice, comfortable chairs set up in there.
Yep, which gives us some versatility. We just had a wedding there recently, and so the chairs were arranged differently, so we're grateful that we got some flexibility. Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, the chorus, Narragansett Bay Chorus, will be performing there on Monday night, December 9th at 7:30. So tickets will be available at the door, or if you want to contact the church, they can go to the website, which is
www.cornerstonechurchri.org.
cornerstonechurchri.org. And there's also a phone number they can call and talk to a real person. Is that a possibility?
That's a possibility.
All right. I think I have it right here. It's 401-781-6121.
That's correct. And if our secretary is not there, you can always leave a message, and we'll get back to you.
Excellent. All right. Let's get back to some more music. This is my old quartet singing a song that was written by Bill Gaither. Bill Gaither is a name known to a lot of people that listen to gospel music, and he gave us this tune a few years back, and we put our own little twist to it. It's called On My Way to Heaven. Well, I'm
on my way to heaven, and I'm so glad. I'm on my way to heaven, and I'm so glad. On my way to heaven, and I'm so glad, 'cause the devil can't do me no harm, no harm.
Well, I remember the day that I found him. Well, I remember the day I made a start. I remember the time that I knelt at the altar, and it changed this poor boy's heart.
Well, I'm sanctified and holy, and I'm so glad. Oh, I'm sanctified and holy, and I'm so glad. Sanctified and holy, and I'm so glad, 'cause the devil can't do me no harm. Well, there's no use telling me God's not living.
Always living.
There's no use to weave that evil spell. I talk this morning to the great and mighty power, said he is alive and well.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Well,
I'm so glad.
don't you know?
I'm so glad. Well, the devil, he don't like it, and I'm so glad. The devil, he don't like it, and I'm so glad. The devil, he don't like it, I'm so glad. 'Cause the devil can't do me no harm. Oh, no, no. Devil can't do me no harm. Don't you know well, the devil can't do me no harm. No,
I said the devil can't do me no harm.
Jeff, I mentioned at the top of the program that we'd be talking about the church and a little bit about its mission, so to speak. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'd love to. The church has always been a kind of a simple, non-denominational church, Bible-teaching church, and our goal really is to connect the timeless truths of Scripture with everyday life and the real struggles of everyday life, the goods, the bads, the ups, the downs. We try to address all of that. It's a very comfortable place. It's a very friendly place. We're grateful. Years ago, I heard an interview with a renowned psychiatrist who talked about how far they've come in the realm of psychiatry and psychotherapy, and said, we've come so far, we can help people in so many ways, including with medications and other sophisticated forms of therapy. He said, but the two things people need most, we can't seem to offer them. One is meaning, and two is relationships. And that's really what the church exists to be, and I think sometimes the church can fail in that regard, but our hope is to be that type of church where we can offer people meaning and hope and transcendent truth, and also relationships with our Creator God and with one another. So that's kind of our vision, to be able to serve our people and then reach out to the community and offer that kind of hope, which we all desperately need, right? In the challenging, rough and tumble world we live in, we all need that kind of encouragement and help, and so we gather to talk about the truth and build each other up and cheer each other on as we wait to go home. So
There you go. I know that when I walked in last Sunday, I was there just as service was ending because I had a previous commitment. But as I walked in the lobby, there was a steady stream of people greeting me and asking me if I needed help and how was I doing. And it couldn't have been more friendly environment if you had a movie set going. It was perfect.
Definitely. Very thankful for that. I'm glad you experienced that.
Yeah, that was great. All right, we're going to get to another couple pieces of music that we're going to put together, again by that quartet that's a friend of mine from Texas called Acoustics. They're going to be singing this song that my quartet will be performing on that Monday night concert, Old Lang Syne, and it's got a little bit of a story to it. The arrangement comes from the fact that one time the Beach Boys were doing a concert and put their instruments down, walked to the edge of the stage, sat on the edge of the stage, and sang this a cappella. And this is very similar to what they sang that night, Old Lang Syne. That'll be followed up by Acoustics singing a beautiful holiday tune called Mary Did You Know?
Should old acquaintance be forgot and ever brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. Mary had a baby, my Lord. Mary had a baby, my Lord. Mary had a baby, Mary had a baby. Mary had a baby. Where was he born? Born in a manger. Where was he born? Born in a manger. Mary had a baby, born in a manger. Mary had a baby, my Lord. What did she call him? King Jesus. What did she call him? King Jesus. Mary had a baby. He was called King Jesus. Mary had a baby, my Lord. He is called King Jesus, mighty Counselor, King Emmanuel, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Mary had a baby.
Jeff, I noticed when I visited the church on Sunday that the sanctuary, the front of it, there was a guitar leaning up on a rack, and there was a keyboard, and there were drums, and so it looks like, to me, the music is very much a part of your service.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, we have a talented worship leader, Brian Prata, and he takes advantage of a lot of the different people in our church who have different talents. And so we have a cellist, and we have the main keyboard, and then a synthesizer keyboard that's used sometimes. But when I mentioned that, and you mentioned that we have a cajon, the one single drum, it's still kind of a, I would say, more traditional, conservative approach to the music. A lot of old hymns, and then modern hymns, and overall a traditional kind of music set usually, and again, high quality, really talented individuals, some really good vocalists as well.
So this is not your typical four-person female, four-person male choir.
No, it's a blend. We've got male vocalists, female vocalists, and the different instruments, and it's a lot of times, even as we're singing the sanctuary, very full sound. We usually have between 150 and 200 people, so it's just a really worshipful, pleasant experience. It's awesome.
Excellent. All right. Well, I look forward to it. And once again, date of that show is going to be Monday night, December 9th. Let's go out of this segment with a chorus from Dallas, Texas. Friends of mine called the Vocal Majority, and a little holiday tune medley, actually, of It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. We'll listen to that, then be back with more.
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart.
Pine cones and holly berries, popcorn for you, apples for me, red striper candy, nutcracker handy, kettle a-bubbling, hot as can be, snow clouds hang low and threatening, maybe it won't rain, it may. The brightest fireplace glows in every face, waiting for Christmas Day, waiting for Christmas Day. Pine cones and holly berries, popcorn for you, apples for me, red striper candy, nutcracker handy, kettle on the bottom, hot as can be. Snow clouds hang low and threatening, maybe it will rain in May. The brightest fireplace glows in every face, waiting for Christmas Day.
Cornerstone Church in Warwick, Rhode Island is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversation. I'm Mike Mano, pleased to be sitting with Jeff Pierce, the assistant pastor at the church, and we're talking about the church in general, but also the fact that on Monday night, December 9th, there will be a concert given by the Narragansett Bay Chorus, and 3 quartets will be also appearing that night. And I'll have the privilege of being there along with Jeff. And Jeff, you're going to do a solo with us?
Not a chance, my friend.
No?
Not
Okay.
happening.
Okay, well, there'll be plenty of music. We've been trying to give you a little sample of some of the kinds of music that will be sung. And on that night, it'll be all a cappella, except for we hope to have a sing-along at the end, and we'll have our music director, Bob O'Connell, accompany us and get everybody in the singing mood. So it should be a lot of fun. The tickets are very inexpensive, and normally when we perform places, we leave it up to the organization that we're working with to set the ticket price. And Jeff, I think you made a mistake. I saw $15.
Not a mistake. We wanted to make it as affordable as possible, and we're happy to host and have folks with us, and we want to make it as accessible as we can.
Excellent. All right. Well, there will be tickets available at the door, but you can also go online and get information about the church at cornerstonechurchri.org.
Good memory.
I did that all right. Okay. We want to talk a little bit about the fact that, Jeff, you had the opportunity to see the chorus and my quartet in action just a couple months ago, right?
We did a few months back at the Theater by the Sea. My wife and I were able to go down. You have a new member of your chorus group that's a good friend of ours, Steve Cody, and so we wanted to go see him and support him, and we got to enjoy the entire show. Appreciated the talent, the quality, the humor you all incorporated. It was fantastic.
Well, we do have a good time at the chorus, and it looks like your church has a good time in its fellowship and everything that it does together. So it should be a good mix. We look forward to it. All right. We're going to go to a piece of music now that features a gospel quartet called The Cathedrals. This is one of my favorites of all time, and I was surprised to learn, Jeff, that you knew of them.
I know of them.
Yeah.
I actually do.
They were together, the lead and bass of that quartet were together for 55 years. They've unfortunately passed away, but here's an old recording of a great gospel tune called Step Into the Water.
Step into the water. Wade out a little bit deeper. Wet your feet in the water of His word. Step into the water. Wade out a little bit deeper. Come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God. It's time we the people stand up for what is right. It's time we squared our shoulders back and raise our swords to fight. For the Bible is my weapon and the Spirit is my shield. The church needs more of its members to be workers in the field. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper. A little deeper. Wet your feet in the water of His love. Step into the water. Wade out a little bit deeper. A little deeper. Come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God. To the Lamb of God. There is victory for the Christian who walks the narrow way. There has been a prize appointed for the soul who does not stray. Oh, I want to live for Jesus and be all that I should be, so that I can rest with Him forever, live eternally. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper. A little deeper. Wet your feet in the water of His love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper. A little deeper. Come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God. To the
Jeff, I want to thank you so much for coming in and being a part of conducting conversations and bringing the information about Cornerstone Church to our audience. And I know that we've mentioned several times the church is very active, including this coming week, a special service on Thanksgiving, right?
That's right. It's actually Thanksgiving Eve, so Wednesday evening.
Okay.
We have a service for folks just to come out, and we'll have some music, and then also an opportunity for people. We have open mics on the floor there, and people have an opportunity to share what they're grateful for. So it's a very positive, uplifting service, and get to hear from one another, a time to just give thanks.
And that's at 550 Coesit Road in Warwick.
That's correct.
Just off Diamond Hill Road.
That's
if,
correct.
People are familiar with that area. When you get to the end of Diamond Hill Road, if you're going south on Diamond Hill Road, take a quick right, and then it's just ahead on the left. So check that out. CornerstoneChurchRI.org is the website. And if you'd like to call the phone number, you can do that. The church number is 401-781-6121. And they'll also be able to give you information about the concert we're going to be holding on Monday night, December 9th, featuring the Narragansett Bay Chorus and 3 of its quartets. We're going to have a great time. There'll be a sing-along. Jeff will be there passing out donuts.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. There may or may not be donuts, but there'll be lots of good things to enjoy together, and yeah, we're looking forward to hosting.
All right, and I just can't wait to get an autographed copy of the 8x10 picture of your music director that,
He'll be happy to pass one along to you. I'm going to get in trouble for this, man. You're getting me in trouble.
There you go. All right. Well, check out Cornerstone Church, and we hope you have the opportunity to join us on that Monday night, December 9th, for the concert. And any time that you'd like to go to a service at Cornerstone, check out the website. All the schedule is there, and so forth and so on. And I'm sure if you call the number, they'll get right back to you with any questions you might have. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, sir. Really enjoyed it.
All right. We're going to close out with a group from Disney called Liberty Voices. They'll sing a song called Mary's Little Boy Child. And they have a beautiful version of Let There Be Peace on Earth. I can't think of a better way to close a show like this than with that song. Thanks. We'll see you all next time on Conducting Conversations.
Hark now, hear the angels sing. Christ is born today. Man can live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Sing it over. Hark now, hear the angels sing. Christ is born today. And man can live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
Sing it over, hark now, hear the angels sing. Christ is born today, and man can live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
By and by, they found a little nook in a stable all forlorn. And in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy child was born.
One more time now, hark, hear, angel sing. Listen what they say, that man can live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Because of Christmas Day.
Conducting Conversations was brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments, using music and the arts to keep your child educated, entertained, and having fun. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.